So welcome back to the channel, and today we're taking a look at another mini PC from ACEMAGIC. This is the Matrix Mini M5, and it comes with an Intel Core 14500HX, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gig SSD, and all this using 55 watts of power. Now, it does come with Windows 11 preloaded, triple 4K HDMI DisplayPort, Wi-Fi 6, and I'll tell you what, these little mini PCs, they do pack a punch. So let's go ahead, let's open it up and get started. Very nice. And what I like about these things is just they're so simple just to unbox, you know? Very well protected. And let's go ahead and pop this open just like so. And the note they put on there, kindly note, for faster setup, avoid LAN initially. Connecting might trigger long updates, delaying desktop access. And which pretty much means is that you plug it in straight to the internet, it's gonna run all the Windows updates. But if you're just excited just to get in there and start, you know, using the thing, don't update it. Let's see what else we got with it. A little power brick, which we're definitely gonna need. And a mount for the VESA, so you can mount it behind a monitor, and that's typically where you see these things, you know, offices and, you know, businesses just like that. But for the guy or gal that's just, you know, looking for a small computer, mount behind their TV, or just tuck away, you know, as a home theater PC, these definitely work. And you could do light gaming on it, so something to consider. HDMI cord, which, I mean, they're short, folks. They're short. This might be 2 feet, maybe 3 feet, but realistically, get yourself something longer. And that's nothing against ACEMAGIC, all of them do that. But realistically, if you're gonna mount this behind a monitor, then this is perfect length. But if you're gonna set this up in a different consideration, kind of consider that. What I wanna go ahead and do is kind of jump ahead and open this thing up. And the way we do that, pop these off, just like so. Take our Phillips head screwdriver, should be 4 screws, just like so. We just gonna pry nice and easy. And that comes up just like that. Now we do have our thermal pad right up over here for M.2. Now this is from Cinebench, I assume that's how you pronounce it. M.2 NVMe 4.0, 512 gigs. And for the memory, we have 116 gig of DDR4 3200. Now you can get another 16 gig kit. Have the dual channel action, so 32 gigs. I think this supports up to, let's look at the box. 64 gigs, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, typically what you're gonna use this for is more than enough. And what I kind of like about it is that it has provisions. And this had this in another model that I did a review for. Could pop another M.2 in there. Extra storage. That could come in handy depending on what you're trying to use this for. And as far as if we wanted to dive deeper, change the thermal paste, which I do recommend, especially on laptops and small things like this, you could pop this out, which these are just kind of being held in place. It's really easy. And I did this in another video. Change the thermal paste to PTM 7950. Fans will be way quieter, temperatures a lot better. But other than that, pretty decent. Let's go ahead, let's put this thing back together just like so. I think it was actually a switch. I might have broke it. So don't do as I do. Yeah, okay. Oops. So unlock and lock. I think I had it stuck in the lock and I pried it. So let's put it in the unlock. I don't think it's the end of the world, but the screws will hold it in place, but it would have been a lot easier. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure when you don't break it like I did, that's a lot easier. But like I said, we have 4 screws, good enough. So let's put this thing back together. All right, so let's power this thing up. Let's load up Windows, test the thermals, see how well this thing performs. You get an idea of what you expect. I mean, Intel i5 14500, although a mini PC, still not a slouch. So kind of go over the back. 4 USBs, DisplayPort, HDMI, our Ethernet, which I'm just gonna go ahead and take this thing off. There you go. Pop that in right there. Good to go. And for the front, 2 more USB, Type-C, and your audio. Let's go ahead, give her some power. Ooh, illuminates. Check our screen, AMI, power manage secure. And we're gonna go through the setup just like you normally would, right out of the box, so you can kind of get an idea of how long this is gonna take to set up. Now, we don't have it plugged into the internet, which that will help us save some time. But if you do plug it into the internet, and I've done it before, it will run the updates. It doesn't take forever, but you know, if you're excited, it might be forever for you. United States, yep. US, yep. We don't need a second keyboard layout. Definitely not connecting to the internet. I read the license agreement. Nope, not really. Username, user. Password, nah. Getting things ready for you. It's kind of nice. This might take a few minutes. Don't turn off the PC. And we're waiting. And bingo, less than 4 minutes, Windows is up and running. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is run a couple of updates, do some checks, a benchmark or two, and maybe try our games. So we'll be back. So the mini PC is all set up. We have the Xbox controller, which means it's time to play a game. And what better game than Kingdom Hearts 3? Why? Because it was 50% off on today's Steam sale. So we're at 15, 16 frames per second. It's a little bit laggy. This is not a gaming PC, but it is gaming capable. This is 1080p high settings. And I'm sure if we were to lower it, we would get closer to 30 frames per second. But yeah, this is kind of where we're at with it, but it is playable. Now, our limitation obviously is our GPU. CPU's got more than enough beans, but the temperatures are not bad. I mean, we're looking at 62, 63 degrees Celsius on the CPU. So, I mean, pretty decent, and it's actually nice and quiet, and realistically, this is playable. Now, there are other games that you can play that you're gonna get a way better experience compared to this one, so kind of keep that in mind. This one's a little more demanding, and obviously we don't have a graphics card that has enough VRAM for it, but it is playable. There are great games out there, and you've seen that in a lot of my other videos, but yeah, mini PCs, can you game on them? Absolutely. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the Cinebench. So for Cinebench 2024, our score, 746. To recap, this is an i5-14500HX, 14 cores, 20 threads, Intel UHD graphics cards, Windows 11 64-bit Professional Edition. And with our score, that puts us right below a Apple M1 Max, but right above a Intel Core i9-9880H. Not familiar with that CPU, but we're faster than it. But the real key thing behind this test is temperatures. 80 degrees Celsius was the max temperature. Right now in idle we're 43, 45 degrees Celsius, which is pretty good. But even though this test was running the whole time, this little PC, it's pretty quiet, not too bad. Obviously you can hear the fan, but nothing that would mess with your experience or really annoying to the ears. So pretty decent. Now, as far as using this ACEMAGIC mini PC, I actually used it for about 2-3 days. It was about 2 days, and I kind of used it as my daily driver. I found that just basic tasks, I was browsing the windows, office work, checking emails, watching YouTube, and even watching videos and streaming videos on it was perfect. There was no lag, there was no delay, and everything just seemed very seamless. Now, as far as productivity, it is doable. I did try messing with DaVinci Resolve on it, and I was able to edit a video, but it does take a while. Is it doable? Yes, but it is gonna take a while, and it's definitely an option, which makes this versatile. And even going into the gaming aspect of it, ROMs and emulation is fantastic on it. I was able to game on anything from Game Boy all the way up into PS3, but even PS3 ran into some limitations due to some of the graphic issues with it, with Intel's integrated graphics on it. So just kind of keep that in mind. Now, as far as games on Steam and Epic Games, yeah, you can play a lot of games. There are great potato games for it. I was able to play the earlier Tomb Raider games, a little bit of Fortnite, and actually get a pretty decent gaming experience, anywhere from 1080p, 60 frames per second, low settings. So as far as gaming, yeah, it is gaming capable. You can do productivity with it, and it makes really good for a home theater PC. Now, the setup that I had it in my living area, I had it tucked in one of the cubbies, enough for airflow, and it was like it was never there. Or you can do this, mounted behind your screen. But the one limitation, and this is typical with these models, is the Intel graphics. You are limited because of that. They do have higher end models that actually have better AMD graphics, and hopefully in the future we should be taking a look at one of those soon, so stay tuned. If you're interested, I'll post a link down below. Definitely stay tuned, as we will be taking a look at another mini PC, something that has a little more gaming graphics power, and see how well those really are. So with all that being said, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, concerns, criticisms. What are your thoughts on mini PCs? Which ones do you recommend? And what do you think they're actually really good for? If you like this video, definitely hit the like button, subscribe if you're not, and as always, we'll see what we come up with next.